Hey everybody, it's the Shade, back to another video. I got a couple of emails, and that's not something new. Both of them wanted me to look at a channel, and they both wanted to stay anonymous. I was like, that's, and then people have asked me to stay anonymous before, so it wasn't anything new to me. But them coming in that close together, I was like, I'll have to take a look at this channel. And they're called the Paranormal Scouter. So I looked it up, typed it up, and I was like, I wonder if they ever had any problems with debunkers in the past. And boy, had they. I think them and Beardo had a back and forth. I was like, And it was all over Paranormal Scouters making a post, not calling out an individual debunker, but just like the community as a whole, saying that they were debunker supporters in the community going there and giving them hate. So that's fair enough. But, even if they support debunkers and they go there and say hateful things to you, I've never seen a debunker send any hate. You can't control everybody. I can only ask, like I'm going to ask right now. Don't go being mean to anybody I ever feature in a video. Ever. Now, my initial intentions were to look at Paranormal Scouter and kind of just review the video that I wanted to review. And that was the initial intention. And 3/4 of the way, even though, in my opinion, and all this is my opinion unless I say it's fact, but 3/4 of the way through their video, it was like possible misidentification, but I didn't see them staging anything. But the last quarter of the video completely changed my impressions completely. So, spoiler alert, yeah, they stage. Now, like I said, it's my opinion. Nothing I say is concrete fact, unless I specify that it is. But man, one clip, it's rough. You could just see staged written all over it. And you'll see it soon enough. But let's get into this video. Some juicy stuff. Let's do this. Comment below what you're thankful for. Another thing that you're thankful for. Like I said, we're doing this all month. You guys like the shirt? I already see the comments. I pretty much look like I'm almost naked. I rarely ever wear a short sleeve shirt. Now, YouTube has been around a decade before I even started my channel. Over a decade. I bring that up because fake ghost hunters have had free reign for years. And while Duck of Truth called a couple of them out and then got bullied clean off the internet, it wasn't until December 25th of 2018 that something changed in the algorithm of YouTube. A channel popped up that decided to keep fake ghost hunters accountable full time, and it changed everything. That's because of you guys. It's been an amazing ride, and we hit the ground running. We were getting it, and I'm proud of how far along we've came, because in the initial beginning, I knew we was going to catch a lot of flack, because look what happened to Duck of Truth. So I knew that there was going to be people that come at me constantly. and I just knew it. And I knew death threat emails, just crazy stuff. But we pushed through. That's in part because of you guys. And you guys shared, and now debunking is as much every day as paranormal investigating is. It's younger and not as popular, but it's there and it's growing. You know, and that's thanks to lots of channels that have came along, and even small ghost hunting channels that are subbed to me that support debunking. You know, you have your Beardos Get Scared, you know, the Side-Eyed Guy, Crow Judas, World of Mr. Gray, Boo Paranormal, Mythos, the list goes on and on and on. I'm going to go in depth pretty soon about that. But the video ain't about... Let's get into paranormal scouters. I keep wanting to say seekers. Another good debunker, by the way. Let's get into it.
When filming this video, my perspective of the paranormal was completely changed. I've always questioned what we're doing as paranormal investigators. Is it in our minds, or is the paranormal actually real? I've always been on the fence. I've never had anything convince me that the paranormal exists.
So therein lies the question, paranormal scouter. You say up until a little over 2 weeks ago when this video was uploaded that you was not even convinced that the paranormal existed. But in a big portion of your thumbnails and your titles, it says poltergeist or ghost, paranormal this, paranormal that. And it's not with question marks. It's like you're making a statement. And the reason I bring that up, if you didn't believe back then why title the video like that? Why not put a question mark or something? But you didn't do that. Just make it make sense.
You're about to see me do an intro when we first got to the location, and you can tell straight away that I'm none the wiser of what actually is going to go on tonight.
No idea what's going on tonight, huh? You're in for it then, huh? Now, like I said earlier in the video, I would have agreed to you, or would have agreed to that the first 3 quarters of your video. But that last quarter, oh, you were in on it. And there's 4 ghost hunters here, but we're going to focus on Dan and Charlotte.
Hello guys, and welcome to the Paranormal Scouter.
You look familiar to me, Paranormal Scouter. You remind me of Daz Black from Daz Games. He goes on these paranormal investigations, and you two look like, I mean, eerily similar. It's almost uncanny. It's almost too much, okay? It's almost too much. Has nothing to do with the video, but hey, good on you. I think I found his twin brother.
Catballs going off, potential EVPs, and lots of weird sounds. And we called it, or dubbed it, the Conjuring House, or the Conjure Farm.
The Conjuring Farm. That's what you dubbed it, huh? Okay.
Obviously, we've come in here and we thought there might have been somebody in here, but we've had a look around the property. That video will be available on Patreon. If you want to go and subscribe to Patreon, you'll be able to see that.
I don't like that. You guys know how I feel about that. Do not put stuff like that behind a paywall. If you want to put extra videos behind a paywall, that's fine. But when you take the paranormal activity that you're trying to educate people on, and you're putting that behind a paywall, some people can't afford to see that. I mean, if you did a video like just talking to the camera, that's different, sure. But don't put evidence and stuff like that behind a paywall, because some of your viewers can't afford that, especially this day and time. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Inflation is crazy. But yeah, I had to say something about that. Another thing I want to address real quick if they made a post about debunkers, and I just thought of this, why would you do that? Why would you want to bring attention to your channel from a debunker? I can only think of 2 reasons with 3 fingers. But yeah, and it's either you don't have anything to hide, and that's good promotion. You know, if a debunker looks at your channel and they're bigger than you, you liable to get some views from it, which you most certainly did. If they come there and see you fake, that's a big problem. And I've done that, believe it or not. That's happened to me in the past. Busted them. But the reason I bring that up, you probably would think, well, if I stage it good enough, the debunker won't catch it. And sometimes you could be right. But not this time.
What? Hello? Hello? Are you sure we've not got an animal in here?
Now watch how chopped up this is. They hear the noise in the other room. Now watch this. They cut to there, then they cut to there, then they cut to there. 3 cuts before they enter that room. And you guys know how I feel about that. Now I'm not saying they're deceiving anybody, which they probably didn't after I show you this.
But it wasn't coming from this bit, it was coming from...
No, that was too...
Yeah,
that was unsettling glass.
Was anyone recording then? Because I literally...
Is your camera rolling now?
Yeah, it's rolling now. I pressed it as soon as I made that noise.
The first noise, I pressed it. There's got to be somebody in here though. Listen again.
I lined up his raw footage with the edited footage, and as you can see here, you can see them both in real time, and I lined them up in timing, and I can honestly say I don't think they staged anything here. I do want to point out that could be rodents, that could be animals that you don't know are in there, a number of things. It could be just glass and fragments falling off the ceiling, hitting the glass that's on the floor all over the place. But you know what? I'll give you that. Good catch.
I always wish that investigators more would describe to the spirit where things are.
Yeah.
Because they might not be able to see the devices or anything. I always wish that they would say, like, in the
Yeah,
corner.
well, we had something recently, didn't we, where they were blind. They could sense us around them, but they were blind.
And they actually do bring up a question I've never heard. Are ghosts blind? I mean, I guess we wouldn't know, would we? I mean, what would make them blind, though? And furthermore, let's say it's one of those residual haunts. When they walk around, are they walking around the place like it used to be instead of like it is now? Like if they're walking around in that living room, are they walking around the living room as it would have been 100 years ago? Or are they walking around in it right now? Can they see that if they're a residual haunt? That's actually a good question. And they head down toward the creepy basement. Ooh,
Yeah, be careful. Wait.
Oh, all the ginger beer's still here. Nothing down, no one down here. Yeah, it's slippy as you come in.
I trod on something. Oh, gross.
I caught an orb, strange directional orb, so not just dust. The orb came across here on camera. Me and Jamie were stood over there. The orb came across here, and it changed direction and went up the stairs.
Yeah.
So they caught an orb down there and they said it changed direction, so it can't be dust, right? But what else could it be? You know, flying insects, they're a thing. In fact, as you were saying what you were saying on the camera, I saw this. As they talk about orbs changing directions, they film a bug flying. You always have to take into account that an orb ain't just glass, or dust. It can be bugs. I see some homebrew. Look at all that. Yummy, yum, 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 yum.
But to be fair, it doesn't even look like anyone's squatting here either.
No.
Squatters, huh? See, my question would be, how on this planet, in this place, would you even be able to spot a squatter? Okay, looks like they got some homebrew down there. Ooh, buddy. Is that homebrew? Is that moonshine? What is that? I'm not from that country, but that looks like alcoholic beverages in very, very large containers. Comment below what that is.
Our cat balls from the other night.
I put them. I know they were in your bag. You haven't touched them.
Where did you put them then, sweet?
They were in the bag. I've not taken them out of the bag.
No, we had them out the other night when you did the exercise method. Where did you put them?
I haven't touched them.
Well, are you guys going to argue the whole time, or going to do some ghost hunting, or what?
I haven't touched them.
Did you put them in a coat?
No, I haven't touched them.
Perfect thing to put in there.
Well, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to take a break.
Right, can you show me
Yeah,
that?
the only time I touched them.
What the fuck was... Hello?
Now, was it walking, though? Because it didn't sound like walking to me. Let's hear it again.
I touched them.
What the
I touched them.
What the
I touched them.
What the
Comment below what you think. I don't think it was walking myself, but it just sounds like a piece of glass falling again.
Walking.
That was fucking
That was
walking.
walking. Sorry, was that there the whole time on the floor? Yeah.
I didn't. Well, I've got something else to put down there. Let me get it.
Hit that subscribe button, guys.
Did you hear it?
I heard it like
Yeah.
walking.
Yeah.
That was like walking. Right. I've got a music box there.
Yeah.
Are you leaving your camera there?
Oh.
Whoa! What's going on?
Now, throughout the whole video, that motion detecting thing they got on the floor goes off constantly, continually, like all the time. But they got a static camera that's on it, and you never see anything moving around. You don't, not one thing with your eyes on the camera, yet it goes off. Now, some people will attribute that to spirits. I don't. I attribute that to a device that just goes off.
You were constantly filming on that, weren't you?
As soon as it went off, I turned to it.
Yeah, my head.
But you were filming.
Oh, there we go there.
There we go. In fact, I'll move that ball out of the way just in case it...
That device goes off the whole night, too.
Let's go.
Let's leave that in there.
We've had such good activity.
Nothing is there. I don't understand what makes this device amazing. The problem is nothing is there on the camera moving. Now, if there was a mist or a shadow figure or some blurry thing moving in the doorway, I'd be like, oh wow, that's impressive. But you can't see anything, but the device goes off. It's like the SLS camera, like Lee uses. He's sitting there in his underwear on his recliner, and all these stick figures are moving around beside him, but you don't see nothing with your naked eye. So it's a baseless claim because it's invisible. It don't make no sense.
Put one on the stern and one on the...
You should be a plumber. I'm just kidding. If there are ghosts, then those ghosts are trolling the paranormal scouters, and I do mean trolling them hard.
Why is it so obsessed with that device? Can you do it on command?
It appears that the device you have is going off with nothing. And I'm not going to give you that because it went off as you were asking the question. But you play it off like, well, that was a direct response. Was it really? Let's hear it again.
Can you do it on command? Can you...
It appears that device just won't shut up. I mean, it goes off before you can even get the question out. Yeah, that's a spirit, a psychic spirit. It knows what you're going to ask before you even ask.
Okay, I'm going to ask you to do it when I count to 5. No, No. So we can prove that it is intelligent. Do you want to prove to us it's intelligent?
I can only imagine being a spirit while this person is scolding me, saying, oh, no, you're not doing it right. They have to build up the energy to be able to manipulate stuff. You got to give them time. Even though they're trying to directly respond to you, maybe it takes time to build up. I'm just giving it the old benefit of the doubt.
Can you let me count down, please, and then do it when I've counted down to prove that you can see and hear me? I'm going to count down on my fingers from 5. Right.
Definitely psychic spirit. I told you.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh, it's going off again. I found it. This is weird.
And there it is. It's weird. It's crazy, man. It's strange. But not really. Get a job at Roto-Rooter with Jason Hawes. I do love how he makes this next part a big deal. Don't you even act like that's some big deal. Pointing at it like, see?
Right, so we've turned the devices off because you're very good at that, but what we really want to hear is your taps and bangs.
Exactly. Finally. It blows my mind that people put all these little flashy devices in their videos all over the place. The reason they do it is to make the video more entertaining. That's all. When you got a laser grid, or a device that picks up motion, or a REM pod. Oh, the beepy thing went off. Ooh, the flashy thing went off. That makes the video more interesting, but I'm more interested in actual knocking sounds and walking, full-bodied apparitions and things like that. I ain't remotely interested in these devices. Oh, and pay attention to that room layout. It's very important that you really look at the layout of the rooms that you see throughout the video. And even the camera usage and how they operate it.
She's having me see them if they move.
You really can't hear what it is. They said it's a glass shuffle, and I guess you could say it is. It sounds like glass, but what's causing it to shuffle? Sounds pretty far away. It could be a rodent. It could be just stuff falling, the wind blowing stuff, movement, disturbances, you name it. But I will take that over those devices. They even catch some taps that just so happen to sound like it's hitting the camera itself from behind.
Yeah, fair enough. Sounds outside or something around the building.
I encourage you guys to use earbuds. You can hear a lot, and when you hear that tap and you're wearing earbuds, you got the volume turned all the way up. A lot of times, especially with phone cameras, you can tell at least what direction the noise is coming from. And that's important later. But yeah, you can hear that tap, and yeah, it sounds like something's tapping the phone or even the microphone.
When I walked in the building, I heard a voice in this building go, "Ooh."
Well, do you have this voice on camera? Because if you don't, it's a moot point.
Can you make a sound if you want to communicate?
And we get another tap. And it sounds like the phone casing, the static camera, is getting tapped on. Can't prove it, but that's what it sounds like. Just a little tick, tick, tick. Listen again. Now, up to this point, a lot of this stuff has been child's play, like for reals. And it's about to get real. Real staged.
There is something that I want to talk about before I show this clip. Because when you see it, I know what a lot of people on the internet are going to say.
For good reason as well.
They're going to say Charlotte threw something.
Because she did throw something.
And I can honestly say that when I looked in Charlotte's eyes after this happened, I saw a look in her eye that in the whole relationship I've never seen before.
You sure it wasn't a look of disappointment? I'm just kidding. That's a bad joke. I'm sorry. But what you're saying here is irrelevant. Not relevant at all. Because you're just speculating. You're talking things that we don't know. You may know this as an everyday occurrence, being as you and her together, but we don't know her or you. So we can't take what you're saying, but with a grain of salt.
She generally, for the first time, got terrified. Something in a doorway happens behind her. On the other side of that doorway into what we believe might be the front room, there is a lock-off camera. And between her and the lock-off camera is something that happens that is absolutely phenomenal. And I will believe it to this day because I know and I saw with my own eyes that nothing was thrown.
That is a bold-faced lie that you're saying right there, saying that you saw it with your own eyes. You didn't see. You were faced the other way, which we're about to show. The camera's faced that way. You're looking that way. Plus, you got the camera aimed at the floor. You never did that through the whole video. But right before this amazing evidence happens, you got the camera aimed at the floor. Now, keep in mind, you got your static camera. You got your girlfriend Charlotte's camera, which is very important for this piece of evidence. You got your camera and your buddy's camera, the other dude. So you should be able to get all angles of it, huh?
Nothing. This could have possibly been an attack on Charlotte, because when you look at both angles that we've managed to capture, it is extremely close to her.
Alright, Shape Army, I'm about to show you this amazing clip, and I want you to watch it. I want you to focus on things. For instance, where's everybody's cameras pointed when the big bang happens, right? You got all these cameras there. One of them's bound to catch it. I want you to watch the way people act. I'm going to let the whole clip play out. And you clearly see it staged. I mean, just watch.
I just don't get how it can go so quiet.
Well, we've had this happen before, haven't we?
Oh yeah. Have they zapped their energy? Did they get excited?
It's dripping.
It's dripping.
Yeah.
That's water.
It does sound like water. Good evening, guys, eventually. Bit of a mad start, really. We came in, we actually thought somebody was in here. As you've just seen, the girls heard a bang upstairs. We've checked all around, we couldn't find anybody. We've had walking on the broken glass and crockery in the other room.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Crockery in the other room.
Oh my god! Oh my god! That came from the kitchen, that came from the kitchen. Oh my god. I thought someone threw something at me then. That was the kitchen. That was the kitchen. That was the kitchen. Oh my god, that scared the life out of me.
It's not the tray from the door.
No, I honestly thought someone threw something at me then. No, then it was around the corner in the kitchen.
That's a really jump.
Something came off in there.
That's a really jump.
I thought someone threw something at me.
Yeah, it sounded like someone had thrown something.
I just hurt my back. She's throwing my back out.
Did it do something when I was doing mine? No, it didn't, did it? Because I did my intro in here.
That's weird, I was just doing the intro.
Oh my god, I'm shaking because I honestly thought someone threw something at me.
Yeah, that's a really jump.
That was in here.
That, on every single camera we were all counted for.
Yeah.
On every camera.
I had all of you in the frame. It wasn't that Mayo, was it?
Was it a piece of this glass phone?
Oh, this is the kitchen, isn't
No,
it?
because it didn't shatter, it didn't smash.
There's nothing there to move, is there?
It was like, it sounded like something like that, but that would have smashed, so it couldn't have been that.
So I'll let you watch the clip the whole way through, the parts I wanted you to watch. I didn't cut it, that's the way they cut it. Now we're going to watch that clip again, and we're going to break it down. Multiple things here. Like, for instance, the woman with Charlotte, his wife, who is the one closest to this loud bang, she is very important that she's got her camera going. Spoiler alert, she wasn't recording, she said. Okay. You got her husband's camera, Joe, I guess his name, the paranormal scouter. He's got his aimed toward the ground. I don't know why. That makes no sense. It's almost like he's expecting something. Then you got the other guy. We don't get to see his camera angle. Huh, he would be pointed right toward the door where she is. Or he's probably got it turned to his face, talking, as the big paranormal event happens. All those cameras, and none of them catch it.
I just don't get how it can go so quiet.
Well, we've had this happen before, haven't we?
Oh yeah. Have they zapped their energy? Did they get excited?
It's dripping.
It's dripping.
That's water.
How'd I know it's staged? Well, the first thing I saw was he had his camera on his wife, Charlotte, there. You know, the one closest to the Big Bang that didn't throw anything, that he said she didn't throw anything. And she's signaling with her eyeballs like, dude, turn that way with the camera. Look at her eyes. So when they turned the camera on, all of this is already choreographed. They turned it on saying, oh, we heard these noises, and all of them started recording. But look at her eyes. She's like, hey, dude, turn the camera that way. Look at her eyes. Look.
Good evening, guys, eventually. Bit of a mad start.
So he turns away. He's aiming the camera toward the floor because I don't know why you would even do that. It makes you look even worse. But the guy in front of the camera here, he's got a camera that we never get to see.
Glass and crockery in the other room.
And pause. Look at the distance of the bottom of that fixture to the edge of the door. Now, earlier in the video, look at the distance. It's almost dead even. In fact, the base of the fixture is probably past that door. So this thing moved from here to here. This is probably what she dropped. Huh. Now, as he turns the camera to run through there, you see this fixture in the floor that conveniently has moved. I don't know. They could have accidentally bumped it with their foot. But who's to say she threw anything? How do we know she didn't kick that? That looks like that would make pretty similar sound. It's a light fixture looking thing. It's got glass. It's got metal. It would make that sound, right? Now, the real smoking gun is the static camera, the phone camera. When you got earbuds in, you could tell exactly where the sound come from.
Oh my God!
It's amazing, ain't it? When you wear earbuds, you can clearly hear exactly where it's coming from. They're telling you it's happening in that kitchen area, right in front of the camera through that door. No, the sound's coming right behind the camera, to the camera's right, the static camera, the one that's sitting there that ain't moving, to the right where that lady is. You can hear it. So really all we got is Dan in the locked off camera.
Oh my God! That came from the kitchen, Oh my God, I thought someone threw something at me then. That was the kitchen. That was the kitchen. Oh my God, that scared the life out of me.
It's not the tray from the door.
No, I honestly thought someone threw something at me then. No, then it was around the corner in the kitchen.
That's a maybe jump.
Something came off in there.
That's a maybe jump.
I thought someone threw something at me.
Yeah, it sounded like someone had thrown something.
I just hurt my back. I just threw my back out.
Did he do something when I was doing mine? No, it didn't, did it? Because I did my intro in here.
That's weird. I was just doing the intro.
Oh my God, I'm shaking because I honestly thought someone threw something at me.
Yeah, that's a maybe jump.
That was in here.
That. On every single camera, we were all counted for.
Yeah.
On every camera.
I had you, all of you.
So he says, we're all accounted for because we've got all these cameras running. Come to find out, Charlotte's camera, guess what? It wasn't recording. The very camera that we need, well, I'm sorry, it wasn't recording. What about other dude's camera? We ain't got to see that one yet either. I bet it was on his face. And if it wasn't on his face, and I'd love to see his angle, I guarantee you, if he doesn't have it on his face when this sound happens, if he is facing toward the woman that didn't throw anything, she's probably so far into the room that you can't even see her. That's my prediction. But let's keep going. And come to find out, the most important camera angle, Charlotte, she wasn't filming the whole time.
Thing, whatever it is.
Actually.
All that jaw.
Wait, let me jump.
I think the jar was there. I was in here earlier.
Was it?
I really
Yeah.
looked around.
We'll have to have a look
It
at
was
footage.
this. Look, listen,
It's that.
listen. It was
Is
that.
that
The sounds were close, but not exactly the same, because this made the noise. You're absolutely right. That is what the sound was. That's why there's one literally right next to the door you were standing at, the same kind of fixture that would make the same noise. You could bump it with your foot. Nobody know the difference. You didn't have to throw it. You're busted. This is staged. Just too much went wrong for you guys. Oh, I wasn't recording with my camera, you know, the very one we needed, while the other dude's filming toward the ground, and while the other guy's probably got it on his face, we don't get to see that camera angle. Yeah, this is staged. How many times have I debunked this type of stuff? Hundreds and hundreds of times. How many times have I been wrong about those? That many. I'm sure. Now, paranormal scouter, send me the raw footage of all the camera angles. 1 minute before the bang and 1 minute after the bang. All the cameras. The raw footage. The falls, you know. Prove me wrong. Oh, but you can't your girlfriends because, well, that conveniently enough for her, it wasn't recording. I mean, she just had it, you know. No. That's staged. That's the video, guys. It's up to you at the end of the day. What do you think? Now, don't go send any hate toward these guys. It is staged. I know that for a fact. But there's everything but not a smoking gun. No, we don't have a camera angle of her throwing it. But we have everything we need to debunk it. Comment your thoughts below. I love you guys. And hey, people ask me, you know, what my goal is as far as this live streaming stuff. My goal is to save up, and it's pretty rough right now, to save up enough to get a good laptop to I can stream from, you know. Doesn't have to be like super expensive either. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'll probably have to go cheap. But yeah, I want a laptop I can stream from. The faster I get the laptop, the faster I can start streaming, live streaming. Yeah, I've been saying that 6 years, still ain't done it. But I'm about to. I appreciate the support, guys. I love you. And I'll see you in the next video. It's a banger too. Y'all come back now. You hear? Peace.